Hey guys, it's the Plum Dot here, and welcome back to my channel for part 1 of 4 of the renovation of Deanda Hall. Yes, that is right, I split this renovation up into 4 separate videos because it just made a little bit more sense that way. Otherwise, you guys would probably be looking at a 2 longer hour video, and nobody's got time for that. Because at the end of the day, I had about 13 hours of footage, so it made sense for me to split this into 4 separate parts. Part 1 is just going to be the exterior and the landscaping and outdoor spaces. Part 2 will be the lower level of the interior. Part 3, the middle level, and Part 4, the upper and final level. So I hope you guys are very excited to see how this turns out, because I am excited to share it with you. I've had this done for quite some time. I'm pretty sure that I finished this back in January, but it's just been sitting around, so I thought it was time to finally start releasing these parts. So this is Deanda Hall, and it is a dormitory that comes with university life, and I believe the people that live in Deanda Hall are Skip Taylor, Nicole Lowry, Liz Terry, Matthew Telmer, Ayanna Yuki, Sid Severus, and Walter Fullman. And you can see some of them standing outside watching while their dorm gets renovated. And I kind of had a little bit of a backstory while I was doing this. I was pretty much thinking that the old rewind. I was pretty much thinking that the old dormitory looked really run down and really plain. So the committee of the university decided that they were just going to completely revamp this dorm and make it look kind of old, but kind of updated at the same time. So that's why I went with the brick exterior. I think that kind of gives it sort of like an old university feel, maybe something that you'd find at one of the what is it called? It's not elite colleges. What are they called? The ones where really smart people go, like Princeton and stuff like that, like Yale. What are those types of universities? They're not called elite. I don't know. Let me know down below in the comments, because clearly I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I think you guys catch my drift. So what I discovered while I was doing this renovation is that dormitories in The Sims aren't really set up like real life dormitories, because I feel like in real life when you go to a dorm, it's basically just hallways and rooms and bedrooms and things like that, and on the lower level you usually have like a restaurant or something like that. At least that's how the dormitories were where I went to university. But yeah, it seems like in real life it's just corridors of bedrooms and things like this. And I feel like in The Sims it's more set up like this could be a sorority or a fraternity. So I kind of went with that idea that it was more like a sorority or a fraternity, and you'll see what I mean when we get to the backyard, because this is like the ultimate party dormitory. Like, everybody is going to want to come and stay at Deanda Hall. And also, the reason that I chose to do Deanda Hall, although most of the dorms are laid out the same, is that nobody really uses this dormitory at all. Usually people, when they go to university, and I've watched Let's Plays, they're usually in Henry Hall and sometimes even Malan Hall, but it's mostly Henry Hall. So I was like, let's show Deanda Hall some love and make it like it can be something extra special. And I really love how it's turned out. I think I did a bang up job, but you know, toot my own horn here like I tend to do when I release builds, because I'm usually very happy with how they look and what I've done, and I hope you guys will be too. Now, I went into this thinking I'm not going to use any store content, I'm not going to use any custom content, and I failed. But I will say there isn't that much store content. I should be able to point it out as we go along, because I just wanted to make this accessible to more people, and I feel like with less store content and even a little bit of custom content, it's more accessible to more people. So that's what I was going for. Now, like I said, there is a little bit of custom content. There's not much outside. I think I only used one piece outside, and I'll point that out when we get there. But on the interior, I didn't use a lot on the first 2 levels, but there's one bedroom that is chock full of custom content, and I'm not even sorry about it because I love how it looks. But anyway, the exterior is all done, so we have moved to the backyard. And like I said, I feel like in dorms at universities, in real life, you are going to have a parking lot, and you're not going to have a party space. So that's why I kind of like made it into more a fraternity or sorority type of layout, because in fraternities and sororities, probably more fraternities, there's going to be places to party. So I really wanted to reflect that in the backyard space, and you guys are going to see what I mean in a minute, because this is going to be the place for bonfires, for I was going to call it beer pong, but it's not called that. I think it's called like juice pong or something. Anyway, this is just going to be the place to be, and if I ever were to play in university, I'd definitely play in this because I love how it turned out. And I should probably stop saying that because you guys are probably going to be like, she is so conceited. But anyway, what was your guys's university or college experience like? If you guys went to university or college, I would love to know what you guys got up to. And I feel like a lot of people from different countries watch TV and think that that's exactly how university is, kind of like I was gonna say American Pie, but that's high school. I can't think of a college film off the top of my head. I am rubbish today. But it's not like that. Not like that whatsoever. I mean, yes, there are frat parties and there are sorority parties, but it's not like constant, and people don't constantly go streaking and things like that. It's not always like that, I promise. But my university experience was really interesting, to say the least. I think when I was actually at university, I never went to a party at my own university. My best friends went to a university about 5 hours away from me, and we're rivals. So every year, the week before Thanksgiving, there is a rivalry football game, and I would always go when it was at their stadium. So that is the only time that I really went to frat parties. And y'all, frats are disgusting. Like, in general, like if you're part of a frat and it's a nice frat, I'm not talking about you, but in general, frats are nasty. Like, the floors are sticky, they're manky and gross, and and you don't even want to know what your feet are sticking to, but it's definitely sticking to something, and it just makes me vom. Just a little bit of grossness going on there. But this is definitely a clean dorm fraternity sorority mix. So I don't know if you guys just saw on the left hand side there, but I just chucked out the basketball court. That is store content, and I believe that is the only store content that I do have in the backyard. And this little awning thing, I think it's called an awning, that's custom content from the Sims resource. And I will have a full complete CC list in part 4, as well as all the screenshots for this build, because there were quite a lot of them. And I am placing some lights on the little awning, and those are custom content as well. But it is just a really cute space. Now, what I was thinking out here is that it really could be the ultimate party space. So I've just dropped down the bubble blower, and I love the bubble blower. I think it's from Late Night, and I don't use that enough in my builds because I feel like it fits more in a community lot build than it would in a house. But for this particular situation, I thought it fit. Now, what you guys are going to see with the color scheme is you're going to see a lot of olive green. So I kind of went with the thought that this university's colors were olive green and something else. So there's probably olive green on every single level of this house or of this dorm, just because I'm still in my olive green phase. I haven't gotten out of it yet. But I like the little bubble blower. And then under the other awning, which we're working on now, I just put a little seating area and a fire pit. I mean, who wouldn't want to come and chill out in this little space? I mean, during the summer, you could come out and you could do like poetry readings, or you could study with friends, or there's just so many possibilities. There's so many things to do in this backyard that you probably, if you play in this university, if you play in this dorm, you would never have a boring party because it's not possible, because there's just so much to do. So fire pit, you can see the bonfire as well. I left that out. So you can have bonfire parties, and then I'm going to drop some kegs as well. And there's just so many activities. I'm just chuffed to bits with the backyard because I'm not a landscaper by nature when it comes to The Sims. I actually loathe landscaping. It's my least favorite part. So the more that I can cover the outside spaces with stuff, the happier I am. So I was just particularly proud as punch. So we are just throwing down some shrubs and some rocks just to make it look a little bit more landscaped. I mean, I couldn't just have pavement everywhere. I do have to have a little bit of green spaces, but usually I cover all the green spaces, but I didn't this time, and I was very proud. So I put a swing set. Now, I have no idea what college student would want to like chill on a swing set, but you know, that is a possibility in The Sims, and maybe one of the Sims that lives here is childish, so maybe they just want to, you know, swing on the swing set. Now, one thing I'm really annoyed at myself for is putting down that slip and slide thing, because it is on all the flipping time and it's really annoying. So if you do download this and you want to get rid of it, it's completely fine. I did shove it in the back of the backyard, so it's like it won't be missed if you guys want to get rid of it. So I'm just going through and doing some terrain paint, and then we are going to throw down some juice pong tables because that is essential. Any college party that I did go to, there was always juice pong going on, and even parties that I went to as after university, juice pong seemed to be a thing, so that never gets old. But I put down that table, and then we're going to put some more shrubs, and then another juice pong table I think is going to make an appearance, if I recall correctly. It has been so long since I've actually looked at this build, so I am reminiscing with you guys. I guess we're doing this together. This is a group effort. So just some more seating, just some places to chill out, and I did put down some balls that your Sims could throw around just for entertainment purposes. And then here's a little barbecue, so in the summertime or the springtime, your Sims could come out and throw a barbecue. And I wish there was a barbecue party. I think that would be really cool if you could have that as a party option. And then I also put down horseshoes, because who doesn't love a game of horseshoes? And yeah, like I said, so much going on in this backyard that your Sims should never have a failed party, or, you know, if they want to hang out with other Sims, there's a plethora of things to do. But there's not a lot left to do with the exterior, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Ivy League. That's what those universities are called. Ivy League universities. Yale, Princeton, Harvard. That's kind of the type of exterior that I was going for. Oh my god, I can't believe that just came to me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Love you and leave you guys with some music. But if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your guys' university experience was like. Or if you guys are in high school and you're going to be going to university, what universities are you going to or hoping to get into? Tell me everything. I want to know all. And if you guys aren't already subscribed and you like what you see, why don't you go ahead and hit that button? Don't be a plum stranger now, guys. Bye!